Hey everyone, Kristen here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading, and I am going to take some inspiration from our Joyful Beading prompts today. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go check them out at our Facebook group, Softflex VIB Studio. We do a calendar a few times a year. We're doing it for the month of November. I'm going to pop it up so you know what I'm talking about here. It's called the Joyful Beading Challenge, creating joy and gratitude one bead at a time. We put together a prompt list Monday through Friday for the month of November. You don't have to do them in order. You can jump around. You just have to participate and share a photo of your design using the hashtag Joyful Beading in our VIB studio group. And then we're going to choose 4 winners from the participants at the end of the month. We're going to announce it in the early December. And you'll be entered to win a $25 store credit at softflexcompany.com. So kind of fun. It gets you using your stash. It gets you creating and trying some new things. It brings a lot of inspiration into the Facebook group. And you have the possibility of winning some store credit at the end of the month just for participating. We also have Stash Camp happening with Jennifer Miller, and that she is kind of coinciding with us and looking at our calendar for prompts, which is super awesome. You can join her. I will pop up her calendar right here. You can join her over at Bella Rain Jewelry Company on YouTube. And these are some of the, I think there might even be more dates, but this was the most recent calendar I saw. So what's today, the 10th? So this week, it doesn't look like she's got any videos, but on Sunday, there's one at 11 a.m. And then next Friday with Sarah James at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be joining her on the 24th along with my friend Nile at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So mark that on your calendar to come join us on that Monday. I'm excited to hang out and make some things from my stash, bust through my stash. I'm going to do a little bit of that today as well. I'm going to be working with one of our trios packs, and we actually have trios on sale this week. It ends tomorrow, Tuesday, November 11th. But we're doing a deal where if you buy 3 packs of trios, you can get $15 off your order. So just enter the coupon code trios. You just need to go to the trios product, choose 3 of your favorite packs, add them to your cart, and then you can use that coupon code trios to get $15 off your order. This applies to the multicolor beading wire packs in the medium diameter, and it's not valid with any other order discounts. And please note, you can only use 1 coupon per order. We do have a free shipping coupon as well. So if you want to do free shipping instead, if you get your order over $99, you just use that free shipping coupon, all one word, and you can use that one, or you can use this one, but you can't use them together. We're going to hang out and play with some of our trios packs today. I'd love to know what is one of your favorite trios packs. Have you looked at the trios section in a while? That they are, if you don't know what I'm talking about, they are a set of 3 Softflex beading wires in a pack, and they are based on a color theme or the kit theme. A lot of times nowadays they're kit themed, so we'll pull together some trios that match our kit. I'm going to use the Wild Mushroom Trio, which is purple amethyst, copper, and champagne extreme today. I didn't get a chance to play with our Wild Mushroom kit before it sold out, so I thought it would be fun to play with the Wild Mushroom Trios, and I still have my bead mix that I hadn't gotten a chance to use, which is in these pretty colors. You can also probably swap out, looking at them, you could probably swap out like a garnet or one of the Pro Econoflex gold colors in here with what I've got going on my table. Yeah, so trios are a lot of fun. They are a great way to kind of bump up your Softflex stash and get a little sampling of all of the colors. So if you want to grab that deal this week, buy 3, use that coupon code TRIOS, and you'll get $15 off your order. Terry says, I love the Wonderland Trio. That would be your go-to. Ooh, that is a really pretty soft trio and one that I don't probably pull out as much. I love that you said that. Yes, Karen, you choose. So you get to choose which 3 trios you want. You put them into your cart, and then you use the trios coupon code to get $15 off, which is really nice. So we don't choose this one for you. You have to make sure to put 3 of them in your cart, and then the coupon will work as it should. All right, let's go down to the beading table. We're going to do today's prompt on the Joyful Beading Challenge calendar, which is make a layered necklace. So that's what we're going to do today. I'll be using Softflex beading wire, crimps, my cutters, my crimping pliers, and I have the bead mix from the Wild Mushroom kit, but you can use any bead mix that matches your trios that you'll be playing with if you want to do something similar. So I was playing around before the video, and our friend Jamie Hogsett, who used to work with us years ago, I think she's done a few designs where she, it was like illusion style, but instead of crimping, you loop back through the bead, and it does create this little loop here, which I'm totally fine with. You can even swap the sides if you want to. Or I think I've seen Melissa Martinez, our friend Melissa, put like little charms down here too. So you can always do something like that. But I thought that would be fun instead of having to crimp a gazillion crimps for an illusion style necklace. We're just going to loop back through the bead, and I'm going to do probably a 3-strand layered necklace. Isn't that fun? Debbie, I know. This is medium wire, is the 0.019. And it is flexible. This is the flexible Softflex. So it is stainless steel, micro braided, nylon coated, and then it has color on top, makes it very flexible to work with. Karen just made her first layered necklace yesterday. Awesome. Did you do it because of the prompt, or was that just a coincidence? So this is our copper color. So I'll be using the copper. I will be using the purple amethyst, and I'll be using the champagne, the extreme champagne color. And that's what you get in this Wild Mushroom Trios: purple, copper, and then champagne. But I'm running out of champagne on this spool. So I brought the bigger spool over just so you could see what the color is for the champagne. Oh, and Kaylee says, what a coincidence. I'm just finishing up a layered necklace. Karen says it was just a coincidence. Look at that. Well, both of you now have a prompt ready to go that you can share your design in the Softflex VIB Studio Facebook group with the hashtag Joyful Beading and enter in for a chance to win at the end of the month. Sweet. So I think I'm going to have to get a beading mat today to help me with my beads. These are the beads that were in the Wild Mushroom bead mix. Wasn't that a fun color combo? I didn't get to use it yet. But I definitely think a bead mat is going to be helpful for me today in laying out my beads. And if some of you may have seen, I have a giveaway happening at the bottom of the screen, and you might have seen a few people commenting with that hashtag trios. That will get you in the drawing for me to pull a winner at the end of this video today. You must be here at the end to win, and you'll get to pick a trios that you'd like for free. So we'll be giving you a choice of a trios if we call your name at the end and you're here to win. So let's see. I'm probably, you know what? I was thinking I wouldn't use the roses because they might spin around, but actually with this technique, they might stay put. So maybe I'll test that out and see, because they're really pretty. I like the color too. It reminds me of our spinel color that we used to have in beading wire. It's like a soft red with a little bit of maybe orange in there. These are so pretty. This is such a pretty color purple. I am digging that, like a lavender. And I already put a few on here. But I think I put this too close to the edge because I want this to go where my clasp is. But get this, look at how fun this is. As long as I didn't pull it too tight, I can kind of scooch it down and pull the wire through. But if you end up pulling it too tight, then you'll have probably a little bit of bumps in your wire, which I might have pulled it a little too tight. I'm going to use the copper as my main longest strand that will go to the clasp in the back, is what I'm thinking. And I'm wondering if I should just cut myself a fresh piece. Where is this bead falling? Yeah. I'm just going to cut myself a fresh piece of this. What mix is on my table? It's the wild mushroom bead mix. We are sold out of that bead mix. It was from a previous kit, but I didn't get a chance to use it. And the wild mushroom trios is super pretty. That's what I'm using here. The purple, the champagne, and the copper. So I decided to pull that back out. So I cut myself a piece of copper, and let me just measure this and see. I wanted a little extra, like a little longer than I'll probably use. Yeah, this is definitely longer than I'll probably use. 33 inches, because you are going to, I think my tape measure got stuck. You are going to be doing some loops with the beads, and that will take up a little bit of space. So I just want to make sure I don't run out of space. I know, I wouldn't have thought, like purple, red, and then this sort of citrine color together, and gold and brown. So pretty. So I'm thinking that this bead will act as my sort of anchor on both sides. So that'll be my anchor bead on either side. I think that'll be pretty. And the copper will be my longest. Then I think I'll do purple, and then I might just do the champagne in the shortest. Oh, you think you won that at some point? You haven't opened it yet? Awesome, Rachel. Well, that'll be fun to play with. So I think I'm going to try and just start with a bead towards the middle and then work my way back up either side. And that way I don't have to think too much about the location of everything. What do I want in the center? I like this bead. I feel like that could be fun in the center. Nice and big. So I'm going to pull it down on my wire till I find the center. Just string it as usual. And then I'll take one side, doesn't matter which side, but one side, I will pull it back through that bead. And now it's anchored on there. Yes, very retro 1970s colorway. I think so too. All it's missing is avocado green. All right, so what do we want to do next? I really love this mustard colored one. Let's go ahead and do that next. So I'm not going to measure this out, I don't think. I think I'm just gonna be kind of loosey-goosey with it. Just hold it wherever you want it to kind of land. And then again, take the one end of the wire and fold it back through. And that just anchors it down. These are super cute. These very sparkly, teeny tiny purple beads. Oh, I think that'll be fun to add one of those in. Maybe I'll put it a little closer so it doesn't feel like I'm trying to evenly space them. I'm purposefully trying not to. And then there's quite a bit of gold in here. There's also these. Maybe another brown bead would be nice at this point. So I'll do that one. This is Soft Flex beading wire. It is the copper color that I'm using right now. It is our metallics line. It comes in copper and antique brass color. 0.019 diameter, medium. It's stainless steel, micro braided, colored, and then to finish it, we'll crimp it off. And so I'm just scooting up one side here. Let's see. What do we want to try next? Should I go a little smaller? Should I do, maybe I'll do one of these gold balls here since I didn't do any gold yet. And then let's do, ooh, I should do one of these. How fun is this? I love that I feel like it's got like a galaxy feel to it. All right, now I'm going to do a smaller bead. So maybe I'll do this little dark one. And then I might even be getting too close to the end already. So let me check this actually. Because I wanted this to be my anchor bead. And maybe that would be nice right there. Yeah, I can't really go up any further. I think right there is where I'll have to stop. Put a little bead stopper on that side. Right? It feels very celestial. Of course you like it better than crimping because there'd be so many crimps. I like to crimp, but when I have to crimp this often, I like when there's alternative options. All right, so now we got to do the other side, and now I have to decide, like, do I do symmetry or no? Do I pick the same order or do I go rogue? You would use a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube to crimp soft flex medium diameter, and that holds up to 3 strands of medium. And that's what I'm going to do at the end here. I'm going to crimp all 3 through this bead, and then I'm just going to leave one that'll go up through the back. Dina says, I made an illusion necklace with crimps once. Never again. I know. I mean, it's very pretty when you do it with crimps too, but it's also really nice when you have another alternative. Let me organize these a little bit. So what do y'all think? Should I keep it symmetrical because there's a lot going on already? Or should I make it haphazard in a best way possible of that word? These are so cute. I agree, Dana. It just wasn't fun. It's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun for you, then it's not worth doing, right? You don't want to create and have it stress you out. We painted with my mom when I was in New York. I did like a little painting party with my sister, my mom, and my nephew. And my mom did a great job, but she was getting so frustrated with it. It was so funny because the rest of us, my sister, my nephew, and I were like, oh, this is the best, so calm. And my sister was like, hey, let's do that again tomorrow. My mom was like, no, I don't want to do it again tomorrow. She said that was way too stressful. Symmetry wins. Let's see. We've got randomly pretty, says Dominique. Symmetry wins, says Sherry. Rachel, I think you're saying I cannot think non-symmetrical, so she likes when other people do it and make it look easy. Anita says symmetric. Kaylee says asymmetrical. Oh gosh, I think you guys are. Debbie says random and fun. Okay, you might have been the tiebreaker because I was thinking you guys were tied. All right, so let's see what happens if I just play around and do whatever, right? So some things that would make it feel good is using similar beads, but putting them in different places. So for instance, maybe I'll put this lavender one here. And then maybe I will use the gold bead. Well, that would put it in the same area of that. Maybe I'll use the mustard bead next. Because if I did the gold bead, then I'd be doing the opposite, and you don't want to make it, then it would just feel symmetrical in the opposite way, right? We're trying to be random. We're trying to be I didn't get a chance to use one of these on this side, so let's try that there. And then I'm going to go with this brown bead. No, I think that's too dark and dark next to each other. So let's go with the golden bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, it puts it in the same spot. Maybe the golden bead would have been better there. See, you still have to think when it's asymmetrical, right? You still have to, because if you make it look almost symmetrical and just slightly asymmetrical, then it feels like something's off. And you don't want it to feel like that. Now I think I'm going to do the brown one all the way at the end. So what do I want between the brown and maybe the little tiny purple one again? Ooh, Karen says she's trying this out while she's watching. She just did 2 rhinestone discs and a glass bead between it and all together and used this technique. So fun. I know I'm thinking I might do that with some of these spacers with a bead next to it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do, how are we feeling size-wise? I feel like I gotta get this little purple one a little closer to the gold bead. And then I had a little bit of a bend, so I'm just using my fingers to kind of warm up the nylon and help it relax a little bit. You can also use your nylon jaw pliers and just give it a little pull on there too sometimes, and it'll just help the wire to relax. It's not like a foolproof way, but it is something you can try if you just have a little bend. Again, I want to just check. I was trying to make this guy in the middle. So sizing it there. And then this one will be my anchor on this side. I think we're off to a good start. Dana says, I had so much PTSD from it that I donated it at one of her craft fairs for their raffle just so she couldn't see it anymore. Oh my gosh, that really did a number on you. Well, I'm glad you were able to donate it to a good cause, and I'm sure whoever got it loved it, but it was no longer in your. All right, cool. It was no longer in your view. So here's my purple one that I'm going to do next. I'm going to move this one down a little bit more. And I'm going to feed that purple strand up my bead here, put the bead stopper on it. And now we'll do this layer. They really won't, especially, I mean, this one's got a little bit bigger of a hole, so it is kind of loosening up just a smidge, but not really. Like it wants to be in this shape. Softlex really loves being circular. And I will say this one by the little beads is like super tight. So I would say if you're going to have any that might bounce back a little bit, it's going to be something like this that has a really large hole, and therefore it's not like catching it as tightly as one of these. And a lot of these beads, I don't know that you could get more than 2 Softlex through. Maybe you could get 3, but if you can only get 2 wires through, possibly 3, it's going to hold it much tighter. This one I could probably get like, oh gosh, I could probably get like 6 Softlex wires through that one. So that one is a little bit looser, but I'm okay with it. It's not going to totally bounce. It's not going to be like crazy and kind of really come undone. It'll just bounce back just a smidge. All right, so this one, I still want to move it down a little bit. Kind of want it to fall in between those beads like that. What's next? Should I try the rose on the purple and see if that will stay? Ooh, I think it will. Well, it seems to want to go that way instead of this way. Ah, there we go. So if I put it behind it, put the little loop behind it, then it should stay forward. Ooh, that's fun because I know those can be tricky. Those roses, they like to spin around. So that was awesome. And I would also make sure, like, don't pull it all the way tight until you know it's kind of in the location you want it to be in, because then when you try and move it or adjust it, you'll get that little bump. If you keep it loose, you won't really have that little bump in the wire, even if you adjust it. Let's see what's next. I haven't used one of these yet. That might be good there. Or I can go with a smaller one. But I think in the middle, I think the bigger one's probably good. With your second strand here, you're going to think about it a little bit more about where everything's kind of falling. The first one sort of just go with it. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. I could even decide if this one, if you wanted to put something like a little charm or something hanging from that, you could, and that'll keep it in its place. Oh, let's use what? Maybe one of these purple ones over here now. Yes, Jill McKay. She is like such a rock star. She has done so many designs for soap operas and Star Trek and all sorts of fun stuff. Oh, yeah, I think that one's good there. I know I'm going to want another rose at some point, but maybe I'll do it on the shorter strand, like on the other side. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the only rose. Think about that. I know I'd like to do one of these mustard colored ones. What do you think? You think just one rose is better? And it kind of has that as like a little focal on the side. Rachel sees this project in her future. Yes. And then I feel like I need just one more here. Which one will it be? I was kind of thinking the gold, but then it leaves it as being pretty symmetrical. Maybe another one of those. I want that one to be right there. And then I will take this one, my purple, strand up this larger bead. So you want this larger bead, if you're going to do something like this, to be the hole to be big enough to have 3 soft flex strands going through it. Or you can always use a connector. Oh, this how you have to fix this a little bit. Let's see, I got to pull this purple one down a little. It's too close to that lavender bead. Okay, that will be better, I think. Let's see. Pull it up just a smidge. Pull the copper one up just a smidge. Just trying to get those to lay nicely next to each other. And then over here, I could always pull that purple one up just a little bit too, just to shorten it. Thank you, Lori. Thank you guys so much. Anita says, I just can't seem to do random. Somehow they always end up the same. I know, it's tricky. It is tricky to do random. I like to think of it very similar to when I'm doing painting, when I'm doing different mark making and stuff. I like to think in threes. So like I've got 1, 2, 3 here of the purple, 1, 2, 3 here of the mustard. And if I wanted to do another mustard bead, I'd probably do it like here so that they're kind of bouncing between. This one being up here, these two down here, I feel like I need another one of these on this side to balance that out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're kind of just, you have to keep looking back and forth. Like there's 2 of these on this side. I'm going to need one of them over here. 1, 2, 3. Let's look for it. I don't think I have any more Mustard beads. Oh, that's because I have a couple on this little sample I did. I had a feeling, I was like, there's got to be 4. So if I've got 1, 2, like right there would probably be good. And then another bead I only have 1 of is this one. So maybe putting another 1 on this side to balance that out. I have a lot of these little purple ones on the perimeter. So a little purple one in the center might be good. And then let's see, we were talking about maybe putting another rose, but I feel like that, I almost feel like maybe there should just be 1 right there. Because if I put another one, like let's say I put it here, it feels off to me. Or if I put it here, right? I don't know what it is, but I don't have anything else in that color. But maybe that's okay, that it's just like has a little focal. It's like a beauty mark, right, Terry? Yeah. For some reason, I'm not feeling like it fits anywhere else. All right, so we've got some gold beads that we could slide in here. 1 there. And thinking 1 more on this side. No more roses. 1 is fine. I know, I like just the 1. There's something about it that just feels good, about that being just like a little focal. Am I happy with this? I'm not sure about this one. Should I make this? No, because I have got that there. There's always one spot that feels weird. I feel like that happens where you're like, nope, nothing fits. Nope, I still like that there. Maybe I don't need another bead. Maybe I just go like this and move those around. And that feels good because anything else I put here felt like it was going to like almost balance it too much. Okay, let's go with this. So I'm going to open up that bead stopper. I'm going to slide my champagne strand in there. And I'm going to start with this bead here and figure out where I think right there is good in between the rose and the gold bead. And then I've got this lavender bead. And then I've got the mustard, Colonel Mustard. I was just watching the old Clue movie the other day. This weekend it was on who knows what channel. Yes, that's right, Barbara. Exactly. We were on the same wavelength. Just spread out the beads a little bit more, so this way I didn't have to decide. There was no other bead that was like feeling right. Although now I made this a little bit far away. So I might have to pick another bead. Maybe I will do one of those little purple ones again. Or I might be able to adjust it this way by pulling this one down a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. I think that'll work. So pull that one down, open up this, slide this one in. And I want it to be on the inside of those other two wires if I can help it, so that it lays in the front more. So your direction of how your strands go through a bead like this, where you're kind of gathering them together, it does make a difference. So by trying to get it on the inside, you're more likely to have that lay in the front. Ooh, this looks fun. So now we have to finish it off. Now remember, I used one longer strand of the copper. So for the copper ones, I have more wire back here to connect to my clasp. I'm just going to pick this up and put it around my neck and see where everything is sort of landing. I think we're good if I do it exactly where it is. Ooh. Ooh, I came out of my bead stopper. Luckily, even though it came out of my bead stopper, all my beads were nice and just fine in there. No bead catastrophes of losing anything. That one is being rogue. Get in there. Okay. All right, let's see where this lays. I'm gonna use my camera as my mirror here to see if I put the clasp right at the end. This is sort of where we'll be at. That looks pretty dramatic, doesn't it? So you can always make them, should I make them a little closer together? That's perfect. You think that one was good, just like that? As is. Okay. All right, so I shouldn't mess with this too much, huh? I feel like the top one needs to come down just a little. Like it's a little too close to my neck. You guys feel that sometimes? Like you just don't want something so close to your neck? It's funny when you pick it up, you know, things just, but it's very easy to adjust, which is great. Okay, so now this reminds me of my wedding necklace. It was kind of like this, but with pearls. Okay, cool. I don't think I have to do much to the back. I feel like the length and everything feels good. Let me untwist that. We had this way. What happens when you pick everything up and mess with it? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna crimp at the top, and then I'm gonna cut the shorter wires and just leave the copper. And I guess I'll go with gold since I have a bunch of gold beads, but copper would totally work too. So you can't get away without crimping at all. Unless you did a whole strand of this with it just going right over your head. That could be fun. You know, like those really long necklaces that you just double up. You could do one long, really long strand that you double up. That would be fun too. And then you don't have to crimp at all. So I'm getting that 2x2 crimp tube down those 3 wires. And I actually think I want this bead to sit on top. That's what I was thinking anyway, because I feel like then it won't move if it sits on top of the crimp. And now I take back the idea that you have to have a bead that can fit 3 strands, because if you do the crimp first, then you just have the 1 strand you got to go through the bead. Okay, come on, get in there. All 3 fit. There we go. So I have all 3 strands going through. Debbie says, I love the long style that goes over your head. I do too. Those are some of my favorite necklaces that I just throw on top and I don't have to even worry about a clasp. So I'm using the magical crimping pliers. I'll show that to you on the other side too. And then I'm going to cut off these 2 little strands, the champagne and the purple. And I'm just going to leave the copper. And you could really even just stop there if you wanted it to be dainty and not have that big bead here. You could totally do that too and let it be more dainty. I didn't think of that. I kept thinking I needed something at the end, but you really don't actually. Or you could put something small there if you wanted to. You could even just do one like that. What do you guys think? Do you like the big one or should I do a smaller one? Barbara likes the big bead. It's nice that you can adjust it to whatever suits you, you know. So we'll take this big bead off on this side. And again, I'm gonna get this crimp tube down all 3. That went a little easier on that side. Make sure my wires are in there in the way, like I might take this one out and redo it, because this is the one that's closest. And I want it to kind of sit that way in the crimp tube. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to crimp again. I know, looks like I'm going big. So I'm going to take the magical crimping pliers, has 1 notch. It's like a half circle on each side. And you're going to go ahead and put that 2x2 millimeter crimp tube, which is the size you need to have for these pliers, right in the center. You don't want to see any crimp coming out on either side. You want it fit right in the center there. Give it a nice squeeze and it'll pinch all 4 corners like a little ravioli. And then you'll turn it 90 degrees and put it back into that notch again. And then I go around a few times to really cinch it down and round it out. Each time you do have to make sure you're in the center though. If you go off center, it'll crush it a little bit. And so I like to say it takes practice, and it's like a feeling, because you can feel when you don't have it in there right. Once you practiced enough, you know, like, oops, it's definitely, I usually know I've messed up a crimp before I even look at it. Like I can feel that I was not in the right spot. And I do mess up my crimps too. These turned out really good, but I was making earrings last night and I had like three different times where I had to cut it free and do it again because, you know, just was that day. It just wasn't crimping. So you could put another crimp here if you want to like really make sure this bead doesn't move around. But I think with the gravity and the heaviness of it, it's probably just going to be just fine. The only thing I'm going to do now is, well, they're just slightly off because you could trim them to make sure they're even. They're just slightly off, which might be okay because I might want it a little longer. Where's my clasp now? I'm just going to put on a clasp on the end. Here we go. Here's some gold ones. So I'll take the little bit longer side. Although I will say that when I look at this, I want this side to be facing front because of that rose there. And I am right-handed, so I'm probably better off putting the clasp on this side. So I'm just going to slide on that crimp tube, slide on that clasp, take the wire back through the crimp tube to create a loop. I can also add a little bit of chain on the back if I felt like I needed to add a little length. And go ahead and crimp that one closed. And with my flush cutters and the flat side, I'm going to go right up to that crimp and trim that wire off. And then on the other side, my bead mat just keeps walking away from me today. I think because I put it on top of this white piece of paper. It's a little slippery. So on this side, I will just make a little loop. And then I'll crimp that. Liz went right into the magical crimpers. Is that what you're saying? So that's the only one you've used. I know it's a little different of a mechanism between the other one that a lot of people are very comfortable with. So it does take some getting used to. And then you'll just attach it like that. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I think it ended up at just the right length. Look at that. That is perfect. Super fun. I hope you'll give it a try. Get that illusion style look, and you can show off all the fun colors of Softlex, especially if you like to grab some trios, and then you can use the trio pack with some beads. You've already got some really great colors that go together well. And let's see, I mean, you could totally do it symmetrical for my symmetry peeps out there, or you can have fun with the asymmetrical. I do feel like if you get one of our bead mixes, we don't have the wild mushroom anymore in the bead mix, but we do have other bead mixes available. I think we have some So Charming ones going up later this week, so look for those. Trying to think of what else. We have some flamingo in there, but the bead mixes are really fun as a way to get a lot of beads that go together, but you're not going to get enough of any one. They kind of force you to play with the asymmetry of it, right? So if you make yourself a layered necklace, whether you did it this weekend by coincidence or you do it today or this week, go ahead and share it with us in the Softflex BIB studio on Facebook. Join our Facebook group with the hashtag Joyful Beading, and you will be entered into our giveaway at the end of the month. Thanks. I'm wearing the perfect shirt for it too. Just enough. Where's that rose? Oh, it's over here. Just enough to pick up that little red rose over there. I coordinated my top just a little bit. I was like, I think this will match what I'm making today. All right, let's pull up that giveaway. I've got 71 of you. Awesome. Let's pull that giveaway up and see who our winner is today. You've got to be here to win. If I call your name, please let me know that you're here, and then you'll get to choose your own trios as your prize. Here we go. I love when I can make things that match what I'm wearing, because then I don't have to worry about not having the right outfit to match, right? Norma Frank, 1592, you are our winner. Please let us know if you're still here. Say hello in the comments. Say I'm here. Chef's kiss. I love that. I'm going to go through and see if I missed any questions, since once I get going, I don't always look up as much. Oh, you're here, Norma. Hooray. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. You'll get to win one of our trios packs. Take a look at our website at softflexcompany.com. Go to the beading wire section and check out the trios and see which one you want. And we will go ahead and get that in the mail to you. If you're not sure, you can always tell the office to surprise you with one and let them pick. Do a mystery pack, either way. So just send us a message at info@softflexcompany.com. Let us know that you were the winner, and let us know your shipping address and which trios you'd like. Or if you want us to choose for you, you can let us know that too. Congratulations. For those of you that did not win a trios, we do have a sale happening right now where you can go ahead and pick 3, add them to your shopping cart. You get to pick which ones, and then use the coupon code TRIOS. You'll get $15 off your entire order. You must have 3 in there for that coupon to work. It's not valid with any other order discounts. We also have a free shipping coupon now. So if you prefer to do free shipping, then you can just order whatever you want, get up to $99 or more, and then use the free shipping coupon code, all one word. You can only use one coupon per order, so you'll have to choose if you want the trios coupon or the free shipping coupon. But either way, you'll be winning, you'll be saving. Here's our Joyful Beading calendar for the month. For tomorrow, we have make decor for your holiday table. So that could be your Thanksgiving holiday table. It could be Hanukkah. It could be Christmas. It could be Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, whatever decor makes sense for you. Maybe it's snowman. Maybe it's winter. Just make some decor for your table. Do something a little outside of the box, right? That is your prompt for tomorrow. Sarah will be here on Wednesday with the beading party. I think with Rebecca Combs of Design and Adorn. You can check out our YouTube channel or Facebook events to see the details. That'll be 1 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. And Rebecca should have a kit. So if you want to go check it out, go check out the details. I know the link is in the description for the YouTube video stream or the Facebook event. Or you could just go to designandadorn.com, and I'm sure she's got the kit posted there on her website. We also have a live sale happening on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then we have the Great Bead D-Stash. Oh, did I put a picture up for that? Let me go grab that so I can share what that is. That's happening on Friday. And we're getting together with some of our Great Bead Extravaganza friends. It'll be happening on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page all day long on Friday, one-day event, November 14th. We're going to kick it off in the morning with Heather at Humble Beads from 6 to 7 a.m. Pacific time. You can always watch it a little bit later too, but you really want to get there as soon as possible on that start of that day, because we're just going to tick through everybody. We're calling it the Great Bead D-Stash, and it's going to be a live sale with treasures and all sorts of good stuff. So kicking off with Humble Beads, 6 a.m., followed by Nostalgica, 7:30 a.m., Softlex Company, 9 a.m., beadshop.com, 10:30 a.m., Jill McKay, 12 p.m., Green Girl Studios, 1:30 p.m., Silver Silk and More, 3 p.m., and the Bead Place at 4:30 p.m. Those were all in Pacific time. I know, super early start on the West Coast, just so that we could get it all in and not be too late on the East Coast. It's tough when you've got so many people spanning all of the coasts, fitting it in for all one day. So set your alarm clocks, roll out of bed and join Heather at Humble Beads on Friday for the kickoff of our Great Bead D-Stash. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, have a great week, everyone. I'll see you all a little bit later. I'll be back next Monday for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. I'm live here at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Happy beading. Yeah. At least we don't have to get dressed for it. That's what I'm saying. Just roll out of bed, grab your cup of coffee, put it on, grab your cup, make your, while you're watching, you can get yourself going, right? And you can stay in your PJs all day long. That would be great. I know our live sale will be open throughout the weekend. I'm sure everybody else is likely going to have it open for a little while too. So I would think so. I don't know all the details, so don't quote me on that, but should be fun. See you all Friday. Bye.